Did you watch the new season of Squid Games?
Hello, everybody.
No. My mom said hi. I haven't even watched the first season of Squid Games. Is it good? I didn't know whether or not to watch it. I'm trying to get into some shows. I wanted to start watching The Boys, but then I don't know, because there's an actor coming to Comic-Con from The Boys, and I was like, should I watch The Boys? Well, I don't know if I'm going anyways, because, you know, what's going on at that time. But yeah, watch The Sopranos. My dad loves The Sopranos. He loved The Sopranos. Yeah. He also watched Boardwalk Empire, and I think Oz. My family was getting into Oz. But yeah, don't go to Comic-Con. I don't know what my schedule's looking like. We still have to get this document, and New Year's Eve is coming, and my brother's been real busy, so and also when I have the money too, so we can work on getting this house. But even with working on getting the house, I still can do other things on the side. There's something that I really want to do special for my mom. I saw it somewhere, so I'm not gonna say what, but excuse me. This is gonna be really awesome if we can do it.
Tell me. No.
Well, you already know.
No, I don't know.
Yes, you do. But yeah. Hey, because it's like, it's kind of, I don't know when I'll have the money then, because we'll see if I get cashed out in time. Spending too much? Well, not really, because I'm buying these important documents. Well, one of them, it's only like $10. But right now, you know, I have bills, and the next cash out hopefully soon, and then I'll get, you know, once that is, you know, settled, I can do a lot of things. Why are people just spamming that? Like, what? What about... Oh, it was dangerous? How is it dangerous? I'm not getting into that because, first of all, a lot of medications that these doctors give you are not good for you. We do have to acknowledge that. It's not dangerous in a sense because, yes, do what the doctor tells you, but they don't know what they're talking about. Let me tell you something, okay? I had a traumatic experience at the emergency room. The lady almost took me to get sliced open for a surgery I didn't need. Because I was half asleep, and she said a name, right? But it had an S in it, so I thought she said Slidell, because sometimes doctors or nurses or people will address you by your last name. So I was like, yeah, that's me, but I was half asleep. Then she realized that I wasn't the one that needed to go for surgery. She didn't even look at my bracelet. She could have took me to get sliced open. I would have went for surgery I didn't need. It's not my fault because, again, I'm half asleep. So I didn't really hear what name she said, and I didn't think like, huh? Because they're supposed to come every hour to draw blood. That's why. Because for me, I had that fluid around my heart. So they came every hour at like 2 a.m. to draw blood. So they repeated the same thing that they did in the emergency room because they said they ran blood tests and it had bacteria in it. Come to find out it was their error because they didn't have sterilized equipment when they ran the test, and that's how the bacteria got in there. So then because of that, they had to run more blood tests to make sure everything was okay, because they still don't know why that was caused. But we kind of have a knowledge because they said where I had heart surgery, that scar tissue got infected, which caused the not blood, but which caused the fluid to build up around my heart, which is why that happened. But when I went to the emergency room, I really didn't hear what she said. I'm half asleep because she woke me up out of sleep. Mind you, I had the blanket over my head because I'm in the hallway with bright lights. There was no curtains. I was not in a room because it was packed. The emergency room was packed. So it was right by the desk in the emergency room. So I had the blanket over my head. I was having a good sleep, and then she woke me up. And I heard S, so I thought she said slide out. And I was like, okay, because that's what I thought I heard. I was half asleep. Then the lady got mad at her because she's like, you're supposed to check before you take anybody. First of all, she should have double checked my bracelet. That's why we have medical bracelets for a reason. The girl that was a few ways up in a bed, like in front of me, was the one that was supposed to get the surgery. Thankfully, I didn't go. No, that's her fault. Even the lady got mad at her because, first of all, I thought someone was riding on top of the car.
If that would have happened and she would have went to surgery, I would have sued.
Because, first of all, we have medical bracelets for a reason. Why don't you look at the patient before you, especially because what if it's someone that doesn't have the mental capacity and is like, yeah, that's me. Mind you, that wasn't even the half of it because COVID was heightened at that time. I think that's when COVID, people still had to wear masks. This lady got up out of her bed and went to the bathroom with no mask on. And I think she had COVID. I think that's why she was there. And the reason why is because they didn't answer her because she kept ringing the thing and it was going off and no one showed up to take her to the bathroom. So she took herself, and I'm like, there was so much going on. Like, I get it. They're overwhelmed. They're busy because, it was packed because COVID and a lot of other things. Like, I do understand. But the crazy thing about it is that, like, that lady just got up and went to the bathroom and she could have spread COVID to other people. Like, I'm like diagonal from her, right? If she would have got lost and would have been walking around and came towards me and we would have had contact, I could have got COVID. I only caught COVID once. I took the test and I had COVID, and that was after I went to the Backstreet Boys concert. But yeah, I have had COVID once. Well, besides working towards getting the house, there isn't anything really much. So, and the other stuff. Mom, I'm broke. I'm not getting a house.
We're gonna show them, watch.
Oh, and I looked it up. You don't have to have credit to get a house, but it does say that credit helps. Because if you have, oh look, kitty. Oh, do we have that cat food?
Huh?
The cat food. We should give the kitty some cat food.
But went through all that stuff.
Oh, that because I don't like when it goes to waste. Oh well. They already know. Mom, it was a long time ago. Anyways, it says you don't need credit, but credit helps to help you get a house. Like, you'll get approved better if you have good credit. But I have no credit, so I can talk to a realtor whenever the time comes and we're ready to get the house. Like, we'll look for a house, that's I have a bank account. Well, technically PayPal's my bank account. I don't have an actual bank. My bank is PayPal. Because my deposits go directly to PayPal. A trailer, I can't afford a trailer. I can't afford an RV, a trailer, nothing like that. It's expensive for an RV. I just need to buy a house, get some furniture. I'm tired. I need to take a gigantic sleep. Like, seriously, I've been go. We've been moving from one place to another. We're all tired. We just need one place to be settled at, and we're gravy. I know you can't buy a house with PayPal. We're not using... Never mind. I will have a bank account by then. Obviously, we're not going to use PayPal to buy a house. We're going to have a bank account anyways. Duh. I'm not using PayPal to buy a house because we'll have a bank account by then. So, yeah. Yes, I do have a plan. Why are you telling me I don't have no plan? Obviously, I'm not even going to say it, because if I say I get a large lump sum of money somewhere, then you're going to be asking fucking questions that you don't need to ask. Obviously, if you're getting a large lump sum of money, you have to have a bank account, because where's that money going to go? It's not anyone's business, and I'm not getting a loan either. I'm not telling people what I'm doing. That's why I said I'm keeping things to myself. Obviously, when the time comes, we will have a bank account. Duh. Even if TikTok gets banned or not, I'm still gonna get the things that I need. I'm still gonna do YouTube. Like, that's not... TikTok being banned doesn't affect me getting a house. Mom, did you know that you can't buy a house with EBT? These people are stupid.
Of course you can't.
These people don't know what they're talking about.
EBT is food.
They love to be negative. A trailer is expensive. I'm gonna go to TikTok. I'm gonna go to YouTube. What do you think's gonna happen when TikTok gets banned? I'm gonna go to Instagram, YouTube. I'm gonna make videos. I know EBT is for food. Duh, we're making jokes. Do you know how to take a joke or not? You will get banned. Everyone's gonna get banned. Hello, we're all gonna lose our TikToks. Let us be glad. Let us be grateful. I'm lying. I looked it up on Google. It was from a bank that said that you don't need credit, but it helps when getting approved for a house from a bank. Duh. My YouTube is Tophiachu. It's just the same. I do have another YouTube. I forget what the name of it is. It's a backup.
They don't believe you.
I have a backup where all my screen recorded live streams go, because someone screen records my lives and they post it there, but I haven't really edited anything yet, and some of the videos I won't be able to post because of the music in it. Like, I could edit the music out, but I know a lot of them I play music through the whole live stream, so Instagram's paying me, but I haven't made videos because I'm stuck in this car. I have bills I gotta pay. I have a lot of other stuff I gotta worry about on top of everything else, so I haven't been able to make videos, and I'm like, I can't make videos out of a car. That's why I'm working on getting a place, but right now, you know, we need the money to get that document that, you know, some of it went towards bills. I don't know if I'm gonna have it. There's a lot that, you know, has to be dealt with. It's just only like a $10 thing. But even then, you know, like I just gotta wait until TikTok cashes out again. And then I have to go, because I'm running out of my perfume. I want to find one that is really good, lasting, smelling perfume. So, yeah, I need to look into that. So, because I'm running out of my other one. It's going down. Basement, Friday the 13th. Guess who's playing Jason. Tuck yourself in, you better hold on to. Yes, I've got this pineapple one from Five Below. It's lasted me almost a whole year, I think. It's lasted me pretty good. Because I got it closer to the beginning of the year, I think. I know where I was when I got it, so it was probably like yeah, the beginning months. So it's a glass, but it looks like it's shaped like a pineapple, and the cap it has a pineapple top. But I've been using it, so you know. No, I have no credit. Actually, I don't have any credit at all. I have no credit. I don't have bad credit or good credit. I have to build credit. Credit just helps you to get approved, but you can still buy a house without credit. So no, I haven't watched Squid Game. Just you can look it up. Credit helps you to get approved. So like if you go buy a house with credit, they're gonna be like, oh well, you know, you pay your bills, you know, you're really reliable, we'll sell you this house. Whereas it'll be a lot harder for us to get a house because we don't have credit. It'll be a lot harder to get approved, but I still could get approved because I don't have bad credit. So, and I could tell them I haven't built my credit, you know, explain our situation. Obviously we're gonna have money to buy the house anyways, but you know, and it's gonna be hard because it's not easy. From what I see other influencers buying a house, it's not, you can't just say I have the money, let me buy the house. There's a whole process to it, you know. With what money? Monopoly money. Don't you know? I'm gonna get the Monopoly with the credit card, with the bank card, and I'm gonna go say I got Monopoly money. I'm rich. And then I'm gonna tell them, hey, how much does 1 million Monopoly dollars get me? You know? And then I'm gonna be like, oh, 1 million Monopoly dollars gets me nothing? Okay, a cardboard box? Sure. I'm gonna build a mansion out of a cardboard box and call it my house. And do an MTV style cribs and be like, yo, this is my MTV cribs. Welcome to my cardboard mansion. And then when people walk in, it's gonna be playing Thug's Mansion by Tupac. You know, we're gonna be crip walking in that house. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. What do you mean this is sad? I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm alive.
Yeah.
What do I gotta be sad for? All I know is I know I'm getting a house. Whether people don't want me to have a house, right? They say I'm not gonna get it, but I am. Like, I know what I'm doing. I don't have to be upset and sad. Like, people could be negative. That's why you don't own a house. That's why you don't have these things, because you're the negative person. Like, if your friend told you I'm gonna buy a house, you'd be like, no, like, you'd be so negative. Like, I don't have to, because I know what I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna get it. I'm working towards it. Ooh. Ew, excuse me. That's because I'm drinking orange soda. Like, I don't have to live in negativity. You know, I could rent a place if I wanted to and then work towards getting a house, because it wouldn't be a problem to rent a place. We still could buy the house, but I just want to outright buy the house. I just don't want to, you know, I just don't want to rent anymore. It's too tiring. It's tiring. A trailer is expensive. I'm not buying a trailer, especially an RV. An RV is expensive. I don't want to live in a trailer.
That your credit got all cleared.
Well, my credit didn't get cleared. I never had credit.
No, I don't know.
It's odd because I had those 2 credit cards, but I don't have bad credit or good credit.
I know it shows that.
Maybe I got credit relief or something somewhere. So I don't know. Right now I can't buy a trailer, but when the time comes and I have money for a house, I'm gonna buy a house. Why would I buy a trailer? Because with a trailer, you gotta buy the trailer and then you gotta pay for the land that it's on. I would rather just get a house. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I just need to have a house. I just need to work on my YouTube videos, get a camera, get all of my setup going, and just go from there. Get a new laptop, because I'm gonna need a Mac, because I have to, you know, use
Ooh, maybe you can give me your old.
to edit. It's not good. You would rather just get a Mac rather than get that one.
Oh yeah, you gonna buy me a Mac?
You could buy yourself a Mac. We will have the money to buy all this stuff, because I'm gonna have my room set up. Obviously we're gonna get furniture for the house, so I'm just gonna buy.
What are they show all these people what we?
They think that I just want to live out of the car the rest of my life.
Pretty soon they're gonna see something. Well, not pretty soon, but
It takes a while. Plus, right now is not the time to be buying a house. The market is bad. So don't go buy a house right now. You have to take into the account markets and stuff. And the market right now is not in a good place for people to be buying a house. So don't buy a house right now. Save money. Do you know how much money I would have to save to buy a house? Hundreds of thousands of dollars that I don't have, because my money goes to bills. It's gone. I gotta wash. I gotta put gas in this car. This car eats up a lot of gas because it's not fixed. We still gotta get it fixed, which I need to get it fixed. I was hoping to have money to get the car parts, because that way we don't have to sit here. I can learn to drive and go driving. An RV is expensive. Unless I make a GoFundMe and you guys donate for us to get an RV, then no one's gonna do that. I wouldn't even make, even if, right? Let's say if I went to go work a job like you guys say, $600 every month is not gonna be enough, because we would be having to live out of the car for like 4 or 5 years. Prolonged, because RVs go for like $10,000, $5,000, $3,000, you know? Well, no, actually, it depends if you want a really good RV with all the amenities, which we are not going to buy an RV where we have to do a fixer-upper, because we don't know how to fix up an RV. Plus, we would want something that has all the amenities, like, you know, a place for us to sleep, a shower. Plus, we would have to pay to like, if we decided to park at an RV place where you pay monthly rent, that's not free. we'd have to find a place where we could park and pay rent. That is definitely not free. Well, it depends. A house is more expensive than an RV if you have the money for a house, which we will have. But I'm talking about right now. For the now, we don't have money for anything. But once we get this document and we get working towards that, we will have money for the house. But right now, we don't. It's expensive to get an RV. We've already looked into RVs, trailers. We looked into practically everything. And it's difficult because my father's on a do not rent list. We have to have him live with us because we need to make sure he stays on his medication. And right now, we can't have him live with us if he's on a do not rent list. We can't, like, I just can't have him out there. Right now, I don't have a choice because we're living out of a car. We're in the same situation he is. You know, right now, we're in the same situation. But the place we were at, we were already on a thin rope. Because they told us, they were like, I'm not going to evict you because of the internet, but, you know, if we would have had my dad there and he's not on his medication, he would have been hollering loud, and then that would have caused us to be kicked out. And since we're on a short, thin rope with them, I couldn't have him there, especially at other places, because the other place we were at, every place we've practically been at, they only allow 3 people. One of the places, my brother wasn't allowed there for reasons.
They don't believe you. They think we just didn't want him there.
They don't understand how very difficult it was to try to keep a place and not be upset because, you know, my father's out there. I was upset. I wasn't trying to be selfish, but people just wanted us to get evicted.
Yeah.
I can't have my mom's out here, and, you know, it's partially because of a check that didn't get paid on time. So because we couldn't pay the rent on time, you know, that's what happened. But it was mostly because of the internet too, because of the housekeeper or whatever. But to be truthfully honest with you, if I would have had him there, we would have just been kicked out. And then we would have been stuck with him the way that he is at shelters while he's not on his medication, refusing to get on it. And we would have had a really hard time. You know, because he would not be on his medication. And then, you know, we can't go anywhere with him sick like that. We can't put ourselves to be, you know, to have run-ins with the police all the time. Or my brother has to worry about us and him when my brother has important things he does, right? When he did have his job and he was working. People don't understand the situation of why my brother's not working, because it wasn't his fault to begin with. He had some co-workers that were screwing everything up, and he was getting blamed for it. And I shouldn't have to explain personal info, but people don't really listen. They want to know everybody's business. And if I don't say anything, then they assume we're not doing nothing. It's just crazy. Because, you know, I shouldn't have to explain my whole situation of what happened with my brother. And then after that, he tried getting jobs, and it was very difficult, you know? It was just very difficult. At that point, you know, it was very hard for him to get a job. And I'm like, seeing these people are just like, go get a job, right? Even though I have a job. It's just, it sucks, and I shouldn't have to tell people that. I know that it's a prank about Lizzo. Let's not lie. But it's just crazy. People think I'm not doing nothing when I am. And why is it that I have to explain every tidbit of info for you to to be like, oh, well, she's doing something. I don't have to explain everything to you because it's not any of your business. It's not. Well, I do have money. I still have money in my PayPal, actually. Because once my brother is able to take me, I got a bill that I gotta pay. So, yeah. I can't believe that Ash Trevino is making $15,000. That's insane. Off of subscriptions, I saw a live stream today, and they were literally talking about it because she has about 2,000 subscriptions. That's crazy. Huh. That is insane. Kris Jenner didn't die. Don't joke like that. No, I don't. Why are you asking? Thank you for subscribing. She took your spot. No, because I didn't have 2,000 subscribers. I've never had. The highest that I probably had was like 300. She didn't take my spot. First of all, she has followers almost 1 million for the wrong reasons. You guys failed to realize that a lot of people that follow me didn't follow me because of the wrong reasons. Now they might have, but that's not how my TikTok started. It was the boss daughter videos. Before anything was ever said about me, my boss daughter videos is why it went viral. So unlike her, right, I can say that I was never followed because for the wrong reasons. There's a difference. She's being followed for the wrong reasons. She's got famous for the wrong reasons. I didn't. Literally, people was defending me left and right until people started saying all this stuff about me and posting 15-second clips of live streams that were 10 hours trying to say I was this and that. And that's where it derailed because a cyber stalker lied and while they were cyber stalking me. So let's be 100%. Because my videos were going viral because of those videos where I was adding my pictures. It was like a collage thing. And they started going viral and people started making fun of my looks. And I knew once those videos went viral, I was getting bullied. And people started commenting in the comment sections defending me. The same people that are now calling me ugly wasn't. Thank you for subscribing. I'm living off my brother? That's crazy. I don't know how that's possible, but okay. You live off your mother, so stop living off your parents. How about that? I already know as someone who has no life. Anyways, it's just crazy because it's just like my platform was built positively until people derailed it. And then I started, because I didn't know how to respond to people correctly. Yes, I did say some horrible stuff to people. And it wasn't like slurs or anything like that, you know. But I did say things to people that I matched their energy, because you're going to say something to me, well, I'm going to tell you back. Like, I used to... It wasn't always like this, and I didn't even get loads of gift points, mind you. I only went live for like a few people, like 10 people. And it was all positive. All we ever talked about was either like K-pop or music or positive stuff or sometimes about drama. But people didn't say, shut up, we don't want to hear it. We would just have some great conversations. Then it derailed and people started being nasty. And then it just ruined my whole platform from there. It was like a snowball effect. But I got thousands of followers because my first boss daughter video went viral with 1 million. Then I kept doing that type of content. Mind you, people were like, you're so different from your boss daughter videos. Then online, I'm like, yeah, it's just the character. And then when that cyber stalker started posting these clips of my live, which weren't the full live streams, it went from there. You know, once people have this ideal of you being a locale, which is crazy, you know, it's just like once you're labeled a locale, you can't get out of that situation. Like, how do you change the trajectory of what people think of you? Because people see you as not black, so they think you're racist. Or how do you get out of like take back something that you said, right? Because I said a word that I was reading a message because someone called me that, and I didn't know it was a bad word at the time, and people just labeled me a transphobic, even though I didn't say it to trans people, and trans people try to explain it to people. How do you come out of something like that? Because you can't. Then it went and snowballed from there, from people trying to say I was doing things with kids, which was lies. They didn't have no photos until till they started getting a hold of these fake Photoshop photos now, which now they're trying to push that narrative. Mind you, they're trying to say, oh, well, you was following children at the time. I was 19 around the time I was on TikTok. I mean, musically at the time. I wasn't a grown adult. And like, it's just crazy. How do you come back from stuff like that? Because for me, I was making friends with people closer to my age, but you know, I'm that type of person. Like, if someone's getting bullied, it hurts because I know what I'm going through getting bullied. And if I can help someone who was younger than me get out of their situation and not want to hurt themselves, of course, at the time I was just seeing it as like, oh, you know, because there was no inappropriate talking with anyone. There was nothing like that. And how do you come back from something like that? You can't. You can't come back from something like that. First of all, I'm the one with a job too. It's because of me he has car insurance. And it's because of me his car is actually running. He didn't have the money to put that $200 part in his car. I've always come through with money when he needed it for car parts. Thank you. Mind you, you're saying that I'm living off of him. He spends his money how he wants to. People tried to put on Reddit and tried to say that our priorities are jacked up because we bought a drone. I didn't buy a drone. My brother bought a drone with his money. It's crazy. Like, he's not even spending money on me. He's spending his job money, which is his money, and I don't control it, on himself. So how am I living off of him when I don't see a cent of his money? He sees a cent of my money when he doesn't have it for his car parts, which he wasn't spending his money frivolously at that time. I know where his money went because he got that car that he needed. He got this car, mind you. But again, that's the only thing I've seen out of it is this. That's the only thing that technically I got was this SUV. Otherwise, he's been using his money how he wants to. I don't control it. I'm trying to do the best that I can with my money so that I can do the right things. Like, you're coming at me like if I bought a drone. I would love to buy a drone. I can't afford one. I have to get a camera for my drone, and I think there's something slightly wrong with it. I didn't buy it. He bought one, and then he needed a charger for his drone, and he knew the guy wasn't going to sell him the charger by itself, so he bought the other drone, and he said, do you want it? I was like, sure, I'll take it. You know? It's just things like that. I get a lot of stuff because of him, but I don't live off of him. I was also helping to pay the rent too. I helped him get his Jetta when he needed it. $200, I said, because I got paid. And he was like, I need $200 for the Jetta. And I was like, you know what, here, take it. It's crazy. We was not even talking about that. But anyways, you know, it's insane. Oh, I lied about SA. Okay. Says you. Oh, I lied. there's cameras on a bus, but I lied. That's crazy. I was telling everybody when it happened, but I lied. Mind you, never mind. I always say mind you. Jesus Christ, here comes the comments. I'm not even getting on the lying about SA because it's going to bring up something, and I'm not going to talk bad about that person right now. I'm sorry, but you just want me to go there and it's not going to happen. You just love to bring up people because you want to start drama. Oh. So, yeah, you just want so you could run and tell that person I'm talking about them when I'm not. We're not on bad terms, so I'm not going to talk bad about that person. Thank you. Okay? Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So, it's just crazy to me. Like, how do you come back from something like that, right? And considering how I responded to people because I was pissed off, of course I'm going to not respond politely because it's like, you're calling me a racist when I'm not, so I'm going to defend myself. I shouldn't have to always defend myself, but I do. Because imagine someone saying that your mother's a groomer and they're not really a groomer. You would get pissed off too. That's like coming online and saying something that's not true. And you have all of these people believing it because you're a manipulative narcissist that you want people to believe you. It's manipulation at its finest. You can't sit here and provide context to live streams that were 10 hours. It doesn't make sense. I always hate when people take pieces of a live stream or pieces of a conversation and the conversation was longer than that and then tries to paint this narrative. That's crazy. You know? I paid the rent. So you could say my brother paid the rent all you want, but I helped pay the rent. My brother didn't have a job. Who do you think was paying the rent? I did help. With what I got paid on TikTok. You know what's dumb? These people knew that my father was getting disability and was paying the rent. So how was my brother paying the rent? And he's not getting his disability anymore because he went to jail. They cut him off. So who do you think had to take up the rent when my father couldn't pay it?
You.
Exactly.
And besides, you were the one paying the rent. Your brother paid when you couldn't.
Yes. Because it's weekly. Like, do people not understand? It's $400 a week. I paid a week of rent, $400, and I paid whenever I had money and I could pay, so that way he wouldn't have so much stress trying to go out and make $400 every single week. So I tried to take the stress off of him. Who cares if my brother helps me? Your brother doesn't help you. You don't have family members that give a fuck about you. That's the problem. Your family members don't help you pay rent. And you're mad that I have a family that sticks together and helps take care of each other. You don't like the fact that my family helps take care of me and I help take care of them. Your brother wouldn't even help you. He would say, fuck you. And that's why you don't like that, because I've always heard this argument, and I have to say this. The only reason why people are mad that Wendy's family takes her baby is because she has a family that is willing to help her raise that child. She doesn't stick her family with the baby. You've never had a supportive family in your life who would watch your child if you needed it to at any moment's notice. That's why you hate the fact that people have loving families you don't have. It's crazy. Who cares if I don't have kids? I'm not gonna sit here and complain, oh, Wendy's always dumping her kids with her mom and dad. No, she just has supportive family members that are willing to take care of her kid when she needs them to. You don't have that. You hate the fact that people have supportive people around them, and you don't like that. You tried to tell my mom several times to throw me out. Okay, she's gonna throw me out so she don't have anything?
Yeah, That's what they said several times.
She's not the one that's providing for me. I'm providing for her. So if she threw me out, then she would have been out of a place to live.
Yep.
Are you that dumb to tell her
And
to
I
throw
would
somebody
never
else?
do that.
You want my mother to turn on me for helping her?
You've taken good care of me.
That's crazy.
Since
You're
your
literally
father
telling
quit.
somebody to throw somebody out that's taking care of them. You know what? There's been kids that have taken care of their parents since they were teenagers, and the mother has the audacity to throw her child out after they were the ones that took up jobs, that dropped out of school just to take care of their parents, only to be told, get out of my house. My mom's not like that because I take care of her. She had a place because of me. Even when we were at the other place, I was paying $300 a week. I was paying that. My brother was not paying any rent at the other place. Let's get that correct, because you don't have a loving family. You don't have anyone that takes care of you. That's why you love to bring your negativity down on other people, because you're a piece of shit. That's what you are. You're the piece of shit in your family. And you don't want to acknowledge that, because if that was the case, you wouldn't be in here talking about someone else's business. How does my bills affect you? If I'm not paying my bills, then I'm not paying my bills. Why does it affect you? I'm not going to go tell someone to pay their bills. Let them fuck up. If their lights get turned off, that's their fault. They can't come to the internet. Oh, well, it's your fault my lights got turned off. There's certain things to an extent, which it's the large part of the internet's fault. Every time I go somewhere, I'm always having to dread because you're mass calling the place to get me evicted and then say that it's not your fucking fault when it is.
Yeah, it is. We're out here because of them.
Literally, the office told me that you guys were leaving fake reviews and calling the office so much that they decided they wasn't going to evict us because of the internet. I said, here we go again, because somebody doxed me, and I'm not talking bad. I'm just saying, you try to find every single facet that you can to fuck up my life, and it becomes like another Daniel Larson situation. The reason why Daniel Larson is going to prison for the rest of his life is because you fuckers thought it was funny to make his ass homeless. You do the same thing with Joshua Block. You easily could be in my position. Isn't that not what they said on Reddit? You easily could be a locale yourself. All it takes for you to say one wrong thing, and you'll be in my shoes. And people will be calling your place and causing you to get kicked out. People will be calling your job and causing you to get fired. And it could be as simple as something that you want to stand for. You know why most of y'all don't even say how you truly feel in your true opinions? Because you know you would become a locale like that. You'll end up like a Ash Trevino or a Shorty Bay or a Leslie Clark or a Pleasant or a Daniel Larson or even World of T-shirts. And you say, nuh-uh, but it's true. What you guys think you're doing is not funny because someone could not like what you're doing to me and start trolling you. This is not something that you want to be a part of on the internet. And rather than just live your life and block me, because I don't understand why people follow somebody they don't like. You don't like me. Why are you following me? It shows you have no life, because if you're making multiple accounts, that means you got nothing better to do. That's like when I see an account stating their opinions, but they got one follower. And it's like you just made that account after you got blocked. Shows you have no life. I don't have to go out of my way to make several accounts to go troll people like Ash Trevino and be like, hey, I don't like you this, I don't like you that. Mind you, my regular account, thank you for the gift points. My regular account is not blocked. You know, my main account's not blocked. But again, I don't have to make these multiple accounts. And no, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, some of you guys could end up in my position. Just because I'm talking does not mean I'm mad. This isn't me being mad. Because if it happens to you, I'm not going to care.
Because not everybody in your live stream hates you like they think they do.
It's just because they can't say anything, because if these people defend me, they get threatened to be doxxed. That is the craziest thing about it all.
And we
they don't want
understand
people to support me, because then what happens is if people send a bunch of gift points, they threaten to dox them. You know what that should do? That should cause me to go into your personal information, have someone look and find out who you are, and then report your job and show them where you're threatening to dox people. And say, is this who you want working for you? Like, you guys literally think that your consequences don't have actions. Like, some of you guys should have lost your jobs for harassing people. It's crazy. Thank you for the gift points. I really appreciate it. You guys should have lost your jobs. Oh. You think harassing people, that I already said thank you. You think that harassing people, doxing people you don't like, it is something that, no, because if your job found out what you was doing, even if your apartment found out what you was doing, where you was living, you would get kicked. Thank you for the gift points. It's just crazy. And then you justify it. Like, you justify, like, see, like, someone's trying to dox me. We don't have the white Jetta anymore. He sold it. It's just crazy how people go out of their way. If I'm not that important of a person, why are you going out of your way to get me evicted from places if I'm not that important? You see, the one thing about me that differentiates me from the trolls of Ashley Trevino is that I don't go and try to get her kicked out of Airbnbs or call CPS or call the cops or because what good is that going to benefit me wasting my life trying to do something where it's not going to matter because they don't care anyways? You're wasting your time when you've only got one life to live to go out of your way to do things like that. For what? Ignore her. Stop streaming her. If you stop having watch parties, she will not be where she's at. If you completely ignore her, block her, unfollow her, don't send her gift points, stop making, like, you're the one that is keeping her successful because you keep talking about drama because it's interesting, about her crying today about Brandon or whatever that supposedly people believe he got penciled or that he lost parole. If you would stop making videos about her, she'll go away. You're the ones that's giving her attention, talking about her. She's everywhere. All of these Ashley Trevino lives where people are streaming her pop up. You know, Perez Hilton going live with Santos, talking about, is he dating, you know, so-and-so. If you guys would just stop, you know. Yeah, I talk about her too, and you want to know why? Because people keep mentioning the drama. Hello? It's popular. That's why everyone is pretending to be her and talk about her. Okay? And I'm not saying the people pretending to be her need to stop, because some of those are funny, but at the end of the day, you guys are literally just giving this lady the attention you don't want to give her. You know? Just don't give her the attention. I'm going to talk about her because it's all over my For You page. Sadly, I can't escape it, right? I can block her account, but then I'm going to see other people that go live and watch her, because lives that you've seen, because like I'll accidentally click into live, it says you've watched this live before, so you'll continuously see the live. Like Pancho, right? Pancho does a bunch of different types of drama. He doesn't only talk about Astrovino, he talks about everyone. So I understand to a certain extent, and yes, it's on my For You page because I like the stuff, but mind you, it's just people that are giving recaps and talking and calling out Ash. Otherwise, you know, that's about it. But even then, the issue being is like, you don't want her to be successful, but she is. She has 2,000 subscribers. She's making bank. That's $15,000. because you want to pay $80 to leave a comment. Man, do you know what $80 15% is? Because you get a growth bonus. Did you know that? She's getting a bonus on top of what she makes. Because I know, because of my subscriptions on my main account, you get a growth bonus per subscriber. So one subscriber is a 15% growth bonus. So 5 subscribers at 15%, that's a lot of money. It's 1 subscriber. So per every subscriber I get, it's a 15% growth bonus. It goes up to 20%, 30%, and it goes higher than that the more subscriptions I get. So if I was to hit 500 subscribers, I wouldn't be getting a growth bonus 1 subscriber 15%. It would probably be like 50% growth bonus. 1 subscriber, 15% growth 50. Sorry, not 15. 50. So a 50% growth bonus of 1 subscriber, and I was getting subscribers, right? And I have 500. That's about like over like $2,000. Probably 1,700, 600, right? It's a lot of money with subscribers. I know I can't do math, but I'm telling you. Because if you think about it, she has 2,800 subscribers, almost 3,000 subscribers. She is getting way more than $15,000 with that growth bonus. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Because she has more subscribers than me, she's not getting a 15% growth bonus. She's probably getting a 100% growth bonus. The more subscribers you get, the less money TikTok takes. And TikTok is not taking a percentage of that money. She gets every percent of it because she has 2,000 plus subscribers. The more subscribers you get, the less TikTok takes. So, yeah. And no, I'm not obsessed with her. What makes me talking about her any different than other people? Is that what... You guys always say that about people that talk to her, is that they're obsessed.
Is that the one that you said was a bad mother?
Yeah.
Why would you be obsessed with somebody like that?
She makes all that money and can't even afford a regular bed for her kids. The only thing she affords is an air mattress. And the funny thing about it is she can afford to pay for Airbnbs and pay for all those girls' stuff, buy them pajamas and say, I'll pay for everything for you girls, but for my daughters, I can't do. Like, they're going to sleep on an air mattress and not have a regular bed while I'm out here paying for Airbnbs. That's wild. You know what? She doesn't have a house because she almost didn't have her apartment. So let's talk about it. She almost lost her apartment. According to this live stream I saw, that something happened with the landlord and I guess she's allowed to stay or something. I don't know. I guess she's able to stay, but she wasn't. Something, I guess people assumed she was being evicted or something, but it's not assumptions because people called where she lived. They called the landlord, but I guess apparently... she was able to work it out and was able to stay at her apartment. Mind you, she didn't have an apartment before. She had a house. Let's talk about it. What happened to the house? What happened to the house that she was at? She had a house with a pool in her backyard. You remember when she first got a place? She said TikTok helped her pay for the house. What happened to the house? Yes, I have had a house. You said I never had a house? My family actually lived in a house when we were on Section 8. Mind you, we were on Section 8, but we had a house. And even before then, when I was in elementary school, when 9/11 happened, September 11, 2001, my parents were renting to own a house. So yes, we've had 2 houses. To say I never had a house is crazy. What about now? Well, what about now? This lady literally lost her house. She had a house with a pool, bragging that TikTok paid for it. What happened to the house? I didn't keep up with that drama because after that, I didn't really hear much of her until recently.
Till she started treating her kids like animals.
She treats other people better than she treats her kids. She would rather spend time with people online than she would spend Christmas with her kids because they got taken away. Crying that she's going to be alone on Christmas so people could feel sorry for her. When in reality, she didn't give a F, because if she did, she would stay off the internet and work towards getting her kids back instead of spending her time online for Christmas to make money and then almost get arrested for underage drinking because she was supplying alcohol to an underage minor who has stolen valor pretending he was in the military. It was like somebody said on a live stream, you probably didn't even complete boot camp. You're an embarrassment. My dad is actually a veteran. You're an embarrassment to people everywhere, Santos. You think you could come on here and do stolen valor? That's a disgrace. Imagine pretending to be from the military. You didn't probably even complete training in military. You're weird. And then coming online calling people losers. Now look at the trajectory of his life. His life is screwed up because of her. A 34-year-old woman screwed up his life. And people don't want to acknowledge that she's in the wrong. Of course he comes on here and antagonizes people and talks shit. Like he tried to talk shit on Jeffree Star and Jeffree Star ate him up. Even though I don't like Jeffree Star. You can't go around talking shit about people, Santos. Because then you realize what's happening. Your life is being ruined because of a 34-year-old woman that doesn't care if you get arrested at an airport. While she's living at large in an Airbnb with her friends. That's crazy. Yeah, he did do military. No, he went to ROTC, but he did go into the army. Duh. He managed 22 men. He was an officer in the military. He went from ROTC to the military. He was in the military. That's why he got honorably discharged.
He managed 23 men at the age of 22.
No, 23 or 22 men. I can't remember. He learned how to use tanks. He learned how to assemble things. He learned a lot of things in the military.
He can shoot from very far and hit a target. He jumped out of
right. He jumped out of airplanes, helicopters. That's why he wanted us to jump out of an airplane, but I'm not going to do that. Because there's a place in New Mexico.
He worked under the general staff.
Yeah, he did work under the general staff. Actually, the reason why he was honorably discharged was for something that he wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah. He saw something he wasn't supposed to see.
And because he wasn't supposed to see that, it was like a hush-hush thing. They told him, we'll honorably discharge you. And obviously, if he's not a veteran, he wouldn't be able to get a VA ID. He has an ID with the VA. He wouldn't be able to go to the VA. Only veterans go to the VA. And he has his military papers. He had his military uniforms, but he lost them in storage. He literally has actual real documentation, unlike Santos, who has a fake military ID trying to portray that he's military. He's not in the military. He's a wannabe military man. He wishes he was in the military. You know what's one thing you say, Ash is not homeless like me? At least I'm not a 34-year-old woman trying to claim a 19-year-old essayed me and then try to tell the internet that I was essayed by a 19-year-old when you groomed him. It's not essay. You're the person. You're a grown adult. You groomed him.
Yeah.
You can't come on the internet and tell people that.
I don't care if these people believe he was in the military or not. It's not their business anyway.
Well, you can't go to the VA unless you're...
Yeah, you don't go to the VA unless you're...
And they would know if it's a fake ID or not. They're not dumb. They're just mad because they want my life to be like everybody else's.
Yeah.
Because they want to defend people that are horrible human beings. They're defending a deadbeat dad that doesn't even take care of his child, right? That was ABUSIVE to his girlfriend, supposedly, and is running around with a 34-year-old while defending a predator who is after a 19-year-old who is not much older than her daughter. That's crazy. And then, yeah, I get labeled a predator, but yet they don't go and say anything to her.
No, they like what she's doing. They give her a pat on the back.
They're over here defending her harder, but yet they claim that they care about minor safety. But if they cared about predators, then why are they defending a predator? If they want to call out predators,
Yep.
they're defending one. Because someone said it in their video. I'm repeating what someone said. She is trying to say, because they responded to the video that Santos went live with Perez Hilton, and Perez Hilton asked him if he was dating Ashley, and he said, no, I'm not dating anyone. Then the person responded and said, you need to worry about Ash Trevino saying that you SA'd her when she's the one that groomed you. It was grooming. Now, I'm not trying to say that someone that is older can't be SA'd by someone that is younger, but she's lying. She knows she got caught up. When she did the underage drinking on her live stream and his age got exposed, she tried to find a way out of it. If she was SA'd by that guy, by Santos, then why is she trying to pay him money? She literally said she was going to pay him for everything that happened to him. All this money I'm making on my live stream is going to go to Santos because I feel so bad what he's going through. You're giving your money to a 19-year-old when your kids don't even have a bed. And then telling people to send galaxies and try to make all of this money and have these people say, follow me for a galaxy so you could give this 19-year-old all your money? Who does that? What kind of a 30-year-old, right, sits here and says, I'm going to pay a 19-year-old. She lied because she got caught because his age finally came out, because Heffa tried to backtrack when Heffa went on live and told everyone he was 24, and she saw the ID where it said he was 24. He showed her the fake ID, and she's trying to backtrack now and try to say to leave her alone with that, because she was literally one of the people that was that people was like, well, Heffa said he's 24.
She wasn't making all that money until she got with the 19-year-old.
She used him for money. That's why she made that Nunu song and why she keeps trolling people with him. She's a troll. She knows what she needs to do to make money. That's why she doesn't mute sometimes when she gets phone calls. She could have got off live when the police showed up, but she didn't, because she knows that's going to push her name out there. She knows that her daughters are going to see this stuff. She doesn't realize that her one daughter that goes to public school is probably going to get bullied. Because people are going to be like, haha, your mom likes your crush. Like your mom was getting with your crush who was not much older than her. Her mom's doing all of this on live, and supposedly CPS is tired of her. Everybody where she lives is tired of her because someone said where they live where she lives, and supposedly I saw a live stream today that the only reason why the cases don't stick with CPS is because her daughter is telling CPS that she's a great mom and she's not doing anything to them and they love her. And so because CPS doesn't really have anything to go off of, they close the case. That's the only reason why, because her daughters are also, someone said on that live, her daughters are also playing both sides because they're going on live talking about how horrible of a mother she is. But when CPS shows up, they're telling CPS she's a great mother. And I've seen the videos that they post. They're saying one thing and then they're telling CPS another. That's why the cases don't stick. Thank you for the gift points. I appreciate it. That's what someone said. I was watching a live stream and they live where she lives and they said they're tired of her. And they also believe that her dad has rapport with the police. That's why the police aren't doing anything, because he knows a lot of people in the police force. That's why when you call the police, they really don't do much, because her dad, that's why she's always calling her dad, because she knows she can get out of it because her dad's friends with people in the police. That's why. That's what someone else said on that live stream. That's why the police aren't really, because the police was supposed to arrest her, because even if they got there and they didn't see any signs of underage drinking, because obviously they didn't see him drinking. There is a video of him drinking. There's a video, and even off that video alone, they should have took her to jail. They didn't take her to jail. Why do you think every time the cops are about to show up, she calls her dad? Because she knows her dad's going to get her out of it. Because he knows people that works for the police. They're friends with people. You know why I know so much about her? Because these live streams come up, so I just watch them. Obviously, with any drama, people are going to be interested. That's the reason why you're here, right? That's the reason why 2,000 people are here, because of drama. Let's be for real. You love drama too. Let's not lie. A lot of you guys probably engage in messy TikTok because you love it. Yeah, I love it over here. Like the audio. Except like not the like she's with just the end part. Yeah, I love it over here. Like, let's be for real. You watch these live streams too. You watch Poncho for a reason. Like, we all watch Poncho for a reason. And whenever there's big drama, I don't really get Poncho unless it's like a drama that popped up on my page. Otherwise, if it's drama that I don't know nothing about, I just scroll. But if it's something that is interesting that I know about, I want to hear it. Obviously. Nothing is going to be done because they're going to just keep saying their mom's a horrible mother and then turn around and tell CPS that they love her and she loves them and she's not doing anything. So there's no point. CPS can't take the kids unless they don't see anything. You know? That's just how it is. And I saw someone on the live stream too talking about how Haley, I think they said Haley was dressing inappropriately. I said, don't do that. I said it on my Insta story because it gets weird. It sounds like you're sexualizing that girl. You are not her parent to be saying she's dressing inappropriately. If you feel that way, it sounds like you're looking at her in a certain way that you shouldn't be. Don't do that. I hate when people do that because that's not your child. To sit here and say, well, I think she's dressing inappropriately no, don't do that. It makes you look like a weirdo when you do stuff like that. That's always like those little kids I see that their parents dress them cute, right? In these outfits. And some of these outfits, right? Where people are like, oh my God, why are you dressing her too grown for her age? It's just like, nah, she's not. You just thought that. That's a you problem, not the parents' problem. It's weird. Like, how many people have to learn not to do that? It's weird. Like, why are you sexualizing that child and saying they're dressing too grown for their age? That's like telling your kids, right? Because, the black households always talk about this. Like saying, oh, that one uncle's coming over. You have to change. You can't wear those shorts. Why should anyone have to go change because that uncle is coming over? That's very problematic. It's stuff like that. And when I heard that, I was like, oh no, that was not what you thought it was. Let her mother deal with how her daughter dresses, not you. Because it makes you look weird when you're sitting here talking about, you know, how she's dressed. And the thing is, the only thing that it should be kept on is the fact that they're still sleeping on an air mattress and they don't have a bed. Beyond that, besides them, you know, like saying one thing and doing another to CPS, that's fine. But anything else that has to do involving her children, you shouldn't be having any discussion about somebody else's children that are not even yours, unless it's the things that are, you know, things that, you know, are important to talk about, like not having beds and making sure of their well-being and that they're safe. Otherwise, that's where it should be left at, because your energy should be directed towards the mother. She's the one who is not doing what she needs to do. She's 34 years old. You can't place blame on anybody else but the mother. It's just like the whole Santos situation. Everyone was blaming Santos. His brain is not fully developed. Guys' brains don't fully develop till the age of 24. So his brain is not fully developed. She's a grown adult whose brain is fully developed and knows better. Women's brains develop later. But mind you, her brain is already fully developed to know what's right from wrong. She's the person that is wrong in this situation. Mind you, Santos is wrong for antagonizing people, because he's pushing people to call the cops. He's saying losers and doing all of this like, ha ha, na 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 na, and that's what gets him in trouble. He needs to stop being so cocky, because he thinks he's a cocky 19-year-old boy that's going to get away with stuff, and he already has felonies at 19 years old. That's a problem. You've got a baby you don't even take care of. It's not na 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 na. Because when your daughter grows up and sees the stuff that you was doing, because you was acting immature, being like losers, and you got felonies, imagine saying that to your dad. I would be hella embarrassed. Mind you, I'm not condoning some of the stuff he does, but to an extent, it's mostly Ashley's fault. She knows what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. First of all, I'm not embarrassed of my dad because he has mental illness. That is something he can't help. Why would I be embarrassed of my dad? You know, sometimes it's like sometimes you wish you didn't have to see people deteriorate like that. Like how I have to see my dad have manic episodes and look sick and get arrested by the police. Sometimes I wish he was a normal person so he wouldn't have to go through that. And not because I'm embarrassed of him, because I you know, it sucks having to go through mental battles every day, dealing with bipolar. You just don't like to see your family members deteriorate like that. It's a whole other different thing than just being immature and acting immature. I'm not embarrassed of my father in the slightest because he can't help what he does. Let us be glad. Let us be grateful. Well, I have to get off because I gotta charge my phone. It's dying. So, thank you for liking, commenting, gifting, watching, subscribing. Let me open the chat because I gotta charge my phone. And I'm not going to waste my whole charger because I have to have some charge for tomorrow because the library's not open. But have a good day or night where you guys are. And I will see you guys later. Okay, guys? Bye, guys. Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Bye, guys. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Enjoy.